Dad, you are a charm, a rare earthling, a compass, a patriarch, a political giant, a national voice of reason. God giveth and he taketh, and from us you he called. We shall strive as your children to burgeon your legacy. I remember you asking when I'll be done with my master's during the 2017 elections. And I said, probably this year. Your authoritative response was, you have to graduate this year. And I did. Thank you, Dad. While in hospital, a few hours before you rested, you were concerned if your sister's eldest daughter, Lynn, had arrived in the country. It's okay. While in hospital a few hours before you rested, you were concerned if your sister's eldest daughter, Lynn, had arrived in the country for the burial. I told you she had, and that was a sign of your concern for the family. Dad, Auntie Julie was laid to rest. Auntie Julie was laid to...
Auntie Julia was laid to rest easy in grace and love, and Lynn was there. We want to repudiate this, but it is the Almighty's will. As you ascend, may the heavenly host above guide you in peace, Otada. You are and always will be a rare gem from Gem. I miss you dearly, Dad, love. That's Alan Henry O.J. Otada Jr., his son. And I want to say this. My name is Michael Arunga. I stand in as Alan's uncle on his maternal side. A very big blow to Alan, losing his dad. He was there when Dad passed away, and it's a painful moment. I want to say that Alan is an old chip of the block. The fruit has not fallen far from the tree. I've seen Alan grow. Alan has been extremely close to the dad. I want to say this to Alan. Please be strong. Yeah, we know how Dad was. Pick up the mantle. Alan has the grace of the dad. He has the drive of the dad, a bit of arrogance. Sometimes scenarios like this can be very emotive. But even as you lay Dad to rest, I encourage you to pick this up, Alan, and be able to drive the agenda of your dad. God bless you all.
Thank you, and just be strong. Be strong, Alan. Linda and Sammy.
Okay. The MCs are very intimidating when they walk up and down, so I'm going to try and not rap through my speech. My name is Linda Margaret Midiwo. My dad called me Margaret Waringa when he was happy, and he called me Maggie when he needed me to make ugali and fish for him. One of the earliest memories I have with my dad is when we were in Kisumu and we'd gone to Nyanza Club. And if you've been to Nyanza Club, you know that those swimming pools always lacked tiles. And one time you're just walking into the water, next time you come up, you're bleeding on your feet and you don't know how it happened. And so being the stubborn child I was, I decided not to swim and just walk along the pool. Now, for those of you who didn't know, my dad was a great swimmer, and I'm happy because I took after him. And so, as I was walking along when he was swimming, I turned away for 2 seconds, and the next thing I knew, I was submerged in the water. He'd thrown me in the pool. And I remember not being scared. I remember when he pulled me out, I was laughing, I was hysterical. And fast forward, I became a national swimmer. And every time I swim, I think of that incident. I spent the past few weeks in confusion because it happened so suddenly and I didn't understand why it happened. But one thing I've realized, my dad left me confused 90% of the time. For example, when he'd come for swimming galas or sports days, he would always come late. And he'd come either during the awards ceremony or during events. And if that wasn't enough, you knew he came in a Prado, and the headlights were always on. So we all saw him drive in. But to make matters worse, it was as if it was planned by whichever teacher was on duty. They'd start to announce, yes, we would like to welcome Honorable Jakoyo Midiwo, a parent to one of our very good students, as if we didn't just watch him drive in. And so it was very confusing for me because all this, attention, I was just not used to it. But if there's one thing I can use to describe him, it was that he was always dramatic. 24/7, very dramatic. And a lot of the family members have told me I am also dramatic, so I'm glad I take after him. There are many stories I can share with you about my dad, both positive and negative, because if you knew him, my dad was a very stubborn and complicated man. It was either his way or the highway, and that was final. He was more invested in education, and I was and still are invested in the arts. It took him a long time to accept that his eldest daughter wanted to do something as unconventional as acting. But I remember making a vow that one day I would prove him wrong and show him that his views on the arts was outdated. I think what breaks my heart the most is the knowledge that I won't be able to see his face once I succeed in my field. But if I can become a politician for 2 seconds, this is not a sign for us to give up. It's not a sign for us to stop moving forward. If there's one thing that we can all take from him and his legacy is that you just need to do it. You go for what you want and you do it until you are happy, not someone else is happy, not my mom is happy, my brother is, no, it's that I am happy. And I will forever be grateful for him and for all the life skills and the life lessons that he's taught me throughout my 22 years of life. And may his soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just